Hello friend, this is Paper Kitty. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a fun video showing some of the projects that I've made using some die cuts, mainly from In Love Arts, which is an online company that sells dies and other craft supplies. They actually sent me some really pretty flowers that came in this package, which, by the way, this bride on this board, it's very, very pretty, and I like the packaging, so I'm gonna keep it. I may be doing a project with it, but anyway, I just wanted to show you how pretty even the packaging I thought was. And so what we have here is a little memory decks card that I've created. I've used the Heritage Collection from Maggie Holmes, and so even the little word Heritage from the little, corner of the paper, I used that. I backed it up and raised it on some foam tape so that it would be dimensional. Like I said, I used the rose. I had this little clock. It's a flat back sticker that I've had for a while, and I was so excited to be able to use it. In this case, I went ahead and used the glitter, not the glitter, the glossy accents. And I love the way it gave it that like cameo effect, and all that is a cutout from the collection. And so one of the scrapbook papers, I've cut it out, and then I put this little pearl like trim, and then I put that glossy accents inside, and it does bubble a little bit, and maybe there's a better technique so that doesn't happen, but yeah, that's kind of how it came out for me. And then there's a little key there. I thought that was really cute. And then this is a little perfume bottle, and this in here is a little perfume bottle too. And so, and those came from these die cuts that are part of the set that I got from In Love Arts. So they are super cute, and they came with the memory decks die cut, like a little set. And so this is it. And actually I used both. I used this part, and then I used this part, and I actually like this part better, because then it doesn't come as separate pieces, and then I don't have to glue that, and I can just fold over these little doors, and I'll show you how I did that. But I could see how this can also cut it out, but then obviously you'll have these pieces separate. So maybe, if you want to have them separate for some reason, like if you don't want the little doors, you have that option with it. So I thought that was very versatile. I like that. With that being said, I did notice that the size of the memory decks was actually not size. This is like the standard size that most people do, which is, this is like a little template that I've got. It's about 4 inch wide and 3.5 tall, so that's kind of the standard. That's the size of this memory decks. But then if you look at the back, what I've done here is I've put this little ribbon that I've tied to each side here so that it could open up like this. And isn't that cute? So this is the size of the memory decks. They're actually using kind of more like the Rolodex size, which roller decks and memory decks are different size. The memory decks is bigger. The Rolodex is smaller. So their memory decks is smaller, as you can see, but I still like it because, like I said, for what I used it for, which was to kind of make the back of the memory decks, it allowed for the pretty paper to still be shown, and then have another, you know, pretty paper to work with here. So I kind of made it work, I guess you could say. So I really like the way that came out, and of course someone could put their information there and then close it and then tie it, you know, back up. I went ahead and made some little holes, just punched some holes on each side and reinforced it with like little reinforcer stickers. And then, you know, so you can close it back up like that, and I think that looks really pretty. So that's my little project here for this Memory Decks card, using many of the products that I got from InLoveArts. So I'm going to put this to a side, and then I'm going to show you another one that I made. Already kind of showed you, but in this case, what I did is use the little perfume bottles here and here, and the flowers is what I did with this one. And this one is just a little card. I used some packaging that I had, and I just love the shape of it and the sturdiness and the color, and so it worked out really well, I thought, and it's really cute. So I can use this to cover a book cover or a journal, or do, you know, other of the many projects that I like to make with paper crafting. So I'm going to put this to a side here, and then I'm going to go into the little envelope die cut. So this is what it looks like when you get it, and then these are the little envelopes that it makes, and so they're really cute because you can open them up, and you know, they have this little thing that goes through here, and then you could put, you know, you can probably glue this on each side and then have something in there. I'm trying to see if I could find something in there to put. Here's another little die. So, but anyway, you could just put like a little tag or some little ephemera or something. And I hadn't decided how I want to use this, but I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna probably glue each side and before I put something in it. But you know, I thought that was really cute for Happy Mail or just anything. And I love that paper that I used. That heritage paper worked really well with these little envelopes. And so the little words on there also came with the set of the envelope and the little perfume bottles. So you get the little perfume bottles, and you get the words that are smile, love, hello, and with. The word with is for the word with, but it is in here. So the next thing I want to show you are these pretty roses, and they're fairly, you know, they're not super flat, you know, but they are dimensional. And if you compare it to like a regular rose, well, it's kind of hard to see on video, but these are quite taller. You know, they're just a regular height, which I don't like always to have such a height. And so I kind of like this because this is dimensional without being, you know, excessively bulky, basically. And so what I've done is I've cut these. I've used these die cuts. There's 3 of them, you know, the 3 different sizes. And then what I did in this case is I used scrapbook paper that were already floral, and so I kind of I fussy cut this first one in the back here so that I would have kind of like a flat surface to glue, then glue all these around, because they are, you do kind of have to have a surface to glue them onto. And if you use the scrapbook paper that you use, I think it looks nicer like that. So anyway, that's how I did this one. This is the big one. then I did a smaller one, and then the small. So there are many layers of, you know, you can use as many layers. I mean, right here you have 3 layers, but if you want to keep adding layers, I think it looks prettier the more layers you add. So I used several layers, and you know, you can make them tighter or looser, and depending on how you do that, you get kind of the shape that you like. So you just have to kind of play around with it a little bit. But anyway, those are those dies, that die set. Really enjoyed it, and I thought those were beautiful, like I said, without having all the bulk, you know, the height. Thing I want to show you are these lollipops, which I think are super cute, and I've kind of double-sided them. You know, some of them have a little more done to the back than another, and so in this case I have put like a little, just some flowers and things that I had, but this little bow is part of the die, so of the little set. So the set is this with this and the bow. And so what I did is I went ahead and I did 2. So I did one on this side and one on that side. And then because this stick is actually a wooden stick that I had, because I thought this little thing here, it is just too slim, so you kind of need to, you almost need to have something a little sturdier in my opinion. But I mean, I guess if you're doing it like for a flat project, this should be okay. But I went ahead and made them pretty dimensional, and so I just, like I said, once I glued this down to the one side, I put a lot of hot glue and continued to put some foam tape on each side so that it would be, you know, have that thickness there. And so it's really hard. It almost feels like a resin piece with paper, you know, covered in paper, which is kind of basically what it looks like and feels like. But anyway, this is what I made with this die cut, and I really enjoyed that. It was really pretty and nice and fun. Side by side here, and maybe that would help. So this is the set, and I love these layered flowers. Honestly, I had made the roses first, and I just love the roses, and I thought, well, I don't think these are gonna beat it. But what happened differently, I think a little bit, that was to my surprise, is that I was able to make them dimensional, or you know, even more so, because if you just leave them flat, then they're not going to look as pretty, in my opinion. I think once you start curling up the corners and putting the leaves differently, you know, you get really pretty, you know, a really pretty look. So I might need to zoom in the video. So anyway, this is using basically this die right here, and I used 2 different layers of this same one. One was like a printed scrapbook paper, and the other one was plain. And then I used some parchment paper that I had for the lace leaf. I love the way that came out. And then this other leaf, again, was just scrapbook paper, and I thought that came out really pretty. It is 3 layers. This 3rd layer, instead of curling it, you know, I curled it out to the bottom. I just used a bone folder, and I have this already. It came with my little scoreboard, so it was just real easy for me to go in and just kind of grab it in the middle and then start, you know, flipping the corners. I didn't do that with the leaves. I liked the leaves the way they were, but for the flower to have that dimension, you kind of do have to do that. Now for the centers, all I did was use strips of very thin scrapbook scraps, and I just kind of twirled it with this. I grabbed it on one corner. These are tweezers, and just grabbed it on one corner and then just kind of kept rolling it and then pulled it out, and then that's what you get. So, and in some cases I did have to double up and make a little bit more, and some of them were too tight, so I had to kind of loosen them up just so that it would have, like I say, you have to play around with it and see what you get there. So I thought that was cute. So here are the different, like I said, I showed you the different ones, and so I kind of combined them in different ways, and like I said, using that collection of the heritage, the Maggie Holmes Heritage. So I thought that was really pretty, and basically it's got this like kind of like a little not purple but kind of violet color and a little peachy color, and then it's got a little gray in it sprinkled through, and so anyway, I thought those were really pretty. I have some ideas on how I may want to use these, but for right now I wanted to show you what I made with these lovely die cuts that were given to me by InLoveArts. And so if you are interested in any of these products, I will be linking their information below. I believe they're going to give me a coupon code, or the links will have a discount already. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, I will put that information in the description below. Thank you for spending this time with me, taking a look. Be sure and hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Thank you so much if you are a subscriber. It really means a lot. And I really hope that you are enjoying these videos, that they inspire you to create, and that they are just a lot of fun for you to watch. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you will receive videos that as I make them. Please do check back with me if you have any questions or comments below. Thank you so much. Love you so much. Love you so much. See you in the next one.